Hi everybody, Drew Stegman here, and today I want to talk about a gold mining stock that I really like, and this company is Newmont Mining. Okay, so if you're new to the channel, we talk about stocks on this channel, we talk about investing, we talk about the best stocks based upon your investing goals. So if you like those topics, be sure to hit that subscribe button and be sure to hit that thumbs up button too, if you don't mind, because it does help the YouTube algorithm. Now, Newmont Mining is a company with a market cap of 48.9 billion. So if you see on that chart right there, you'll see the highlighted in yellow. That's the market capitalization. So it's a large cap gold mining stock, and it's actually the only gold mining stock within the S&P 500. So this is a high quality gold mining company that is growing rapidly, and this is a company that I would definitely consider investing in. Now, the price to earnings ratio, as you see below the market cap there, is about 14. So this is arguably a fairly valued stock. You could also argue that Newmont Mining is undervalued as well, because the historic PE ratio for the S&P 500 is about 15, and relative to the current PE ratio of the S&P 500, which is about 23, Newmont Mining is looking very undervalued relative to many other stocks. Now, there's several reasons why I like Newmont Mining, and the first thing is their production capacity. Okay, so Newmont Mining is a transformative company, and they're transforming every day. And as you'll see here, in 2019, they produced 6.3 million ounces of gold versus their 2018 numbers, which came in at 5.1 million ounces. Now, another reason I like Newmont Mining is that they have very low cost, and they're all in sustaining cost, which is all of the direct and the recurring cost to mine for gold is just $966 per ounce, which is much lower than many gold mining companies out there. In fact, a lot of gold mining companies have all-in sustaining cost of $12, $13, sometimes even $14 or $1,500 per ounce. So Newmont Mining is a very efficient company. They are able to produce gold at a very low cost, and they're increasing their production capacity quite dramatically. And by the way, this information can be found on the company's website, so I'll leave a link in the description if you want to learn more about all of their financials and the data that goes along with that. Now, their free cash flow is another thing that I really like, and they've been able to grow free cash flow from $805 million in 2018 to $1.4 billion in 2019. Okay, now in Q4 of 2019, okay, they produced 1.8 million ounces of gold alone. All right, so this is at a cost of $946 per ounce. So in Q4 of 2019, their cost actually went down from an average of $966 per ounce to $946 per ounce. Okay, so, and keep in mind that the price of gold is, in 2019, it was around $1,250 to $1,550, as you'll see from this chart. And now in 2020, the price of gold is at $1,500 to $1,800. So we're going to talk about that near the end of this video. But basically, with a higher gold price, Newmont Mining has much more room to grow because their costs are going to remain about the same, and they're going to be able to grow the business much faster since the price of gold has gone up even more. Now, in Q4 of 2019 alone, they were able to generate over $750 million in free cash flow. Okay, and like I said, this is because of the higher gold price. And as the price of gold keeps on going up, I think that Newmont Mining is going to do very well, as they've already shown in 2019, because as the price of gold was rising, they were able to produce a lot more gold, and they've just been killing it, basically. Now, another thing I want to mention is Bank of America's price target of $3,000 gold. And this is an article that came out recently, and they actually had about a $2,000 price target, but they recently raised that price target to $3,000 per ounce. So as the price of gold keeps rising, which if you know and you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I'm a gold bull. And so I think Newmont Mining is going to do very well in the coming quarters. And I think now is the time to buy Newmont Mining if you're looking for a gold mining stock that has the potential to skyrocket, continue to build shareholder value, and not just go up more in price, but also go up more in terms of the dividends, in terms of how much they're paying out to shareholders, and ultimately just create more shareholder value. And we're going to be talking about the dividend here in a little bit and the phenomenal dividend growth that Newmont Mining has seen. So another thing I like about Newmont Mining is that they actually just paid off $1.2 billion in debt in 2019. And another thing they did was they refinanced $600 million at the lowest rate in metals and mining history. Okay. And this is one of those things where Newmont Mining continues to improve their balance sheet, and they're also growing their earnings, growing their revenues. They're keeping costs low. And so this is a business that is positioned very, very well to benefit when the price of gold goes up. Now, they have a couple of projects going on. Actually, they have multiple projects. But one of the projects I wanted to mention is their expansion in their NEM mine in Australia, which is extending its life until 2040. And so this is going to be one of those things where I think this is going to be a big growth story for Newmont. And they also have 4 different projects that they're talking about. And they talk about this on their website, like I said, so I'll leave a link in the description if you want to learn more. But they have 4 major projects that are ongoing. And one of those is that Australian project that we just mentioned. But they also have a major project in North America. They have a major project in South America. And they also have one in Africa. So this is a gold mining company that is going to continue to expand. And they are just a very strong company. Now, I mentioned we're going to talk about the dividend. And that's what I want to talk about next. So they have a current dividend yield of 1.64%. And they pay out about $1 per share on an annualized basis. But the thing is, the dividend has grown substantially. And as you'll see, I've highlighted some numbers, and you'll see on the bottom there, that was the previous dividend. And if you look on the top there, you'll just see how much the dividend has grown. And so their dividends continue to grow, even though the yield is quite low. Part of the reason for that is because of Newmont Mining's share price performance in the last several months. Since the price has gone up, that has pushed down the yield. But Newmont Mining continues to grow their dividend. And so I think Newmont Mining is going to continue to do that. And so if you're even just a dividend growth investor and you want to hold Newmont over the long run, then I think this could be a great dividend stock to own. And another thing about their dividend is the payout ratio, which currently is just 46%. And so this is a very low dividend payout ratio, very reasonable, I should say, compared to a lot of other companies that have very high dividend payout ratios. And so typically what I look for when I'm investing in a company is a dividend payout ratio of less than 50%. And so Newmont Mining definitely is going to be able to grow their dividend. And by the way, if you're unfamiliar with dividend payout ratio, the dividend payout ratio takes the earnings per share and divides it by the dividend amount. And so that determines how much in dividends they're paying out relative to their earnings. And so this means that Newmont Mining has plenty of earnings left over, not only to grow their dividend, but also to reinvest into the company and allow for future growth. So overall, am I a buyer of Newmont Mining? Yes, I am. In fact, Newmont Mining does occupy a place in my portfolio, so I just want to give that full disclosure. But as I mentioned, I'm very bullish on gold, and I do believe that gold is going to go higher in the coming next couple of years, especially with the Fed interest rate policy of 0% interest rates and more quantitative easing. And so this is going to be extended through 2022, as Jerome Powell has stated. And so there's going to be a lot more demand for inflationary assets like gold and also real estate and stocks and things of that nature. But I definitely think gold can make a place in your portfolio, and especially gold mining stocks like Newmont Mining. And if you're looking for a high quality company to invest in, Newmont Mining is definitely at the top of my list. Now, there are some other stocks that we can talk about, and those, like I said, I'll leave a link in the description. I made a video on 3 silver mining stocks and 3 gold mining stocks that I really do like. But as far as higher quality companies go, if you're looking for a more large cap gold mining play, I would definitely go for Newmont Mining, because the companies I talk about in those other videos, they do have the potential for significant upside, and Newmont Mining definitely has potential for upside as well. But I think that if you're looking for more of a stable long-term play, then Newmont Mining is where it's at, not only in terms of increased shareholder value, a higher share price, but also in terms of the dividend growth and everything else. They have a very strong balance sheet, like I said, and they also have increased production capacity that's in very low cost relative to other gold mining stocks. So, like I said, I recommend Newmont Mining as a strong buy. I think it's a great company to own in your portfolio. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, would you please hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button. It really does help the YouTube algorithm. And I do a lot of research on these stocks and investments. And if you want to learn more about the best stocks for your portfolio, then you definitely want to consider hitting that subscribe button so you can learn more all about, which stocks I'm buying, which stocks I don't want to buy, and all of that stuff. So anyway, guys, I want to thank you for watching this video once again, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.